Hello, everyone. Welcome, Polytopians. We are at the official Polytopia channel. My name is Adam. You might also know me from Polychamps as Gato Azul, and as MIGTube. And today I have two guests. First one is someone you already know. Hi, Wani.
Hello there. How are you doing?
And my second guest, you also know him, but he hasn't been on the live stream yet, I think. Hi, Maradon.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, Maradon was on Illyrian video with rats. It was a good game. I remember that. Okay. So today we met. We are meeting as always to review the highlights of the Polysseum. The games were played in August. But before we start, I wanted to ask our guests about the Aquarion rework because there is a bit of a twist in our stream. So we'll start with the Aquarion games, even though it's an OUMAJI live stream, because in August, when the rework was released, we had a Aquarion week, and there were some matches played during this week. So, guys, what are your feelings and opinions about the new Aquarion? Share with us. Maybe you, Wani. You're more experienced, maybe the most experienced one in this group.
I was definitely the most experienced during the beta playtest. I'm not sure by now because a lot of people have been getting their hands on Aquarion. I know a lot of people were initially very upset about some of the changes. I think I see fewer complaints these days. And personally, I actually quite like them. I almost only play Aquarion at the moment because they just feel fresh. They keep feeling fun to me. And I'm getting them to work. So I think they're definitely not as bad as some people are making them out to be. In fact, I think they're in a really, really good spot. Not too strong, not too weak. Just a nice balanced tribe.
Okay, cool. Maradon, have you had an opportunity to...
I would like to agree with WANNYBOY on this one. I absolutely love the rework. And I like seeing those new unit concepts and how they worked out. I think they add a whole another dimension to the gameplay. Especially all the flooding tile mechanics, they feel native on one hand, and on the other hand, there's something new and something players can experiment with. I haven't played a whole lot of Aquarion because I'm still a Cymanti main and probably will stay forever. But yeah,
the bug is not letting you to change the tribe. Yes, right.
And also, I think Aquarion got a whole lot more unique. In comparison to what they were before. I know Aquarion was added as the first special tribe, but they didn't really feel special. Yeah, I mean, they had Tridentions and those were cool, but they had boats and all that kind of stuff. And now we have all these unique units with unique abilities, and it really feels like Aquarion has become the special tribe it was always meant to be.
Yeah, I agree with those ships. They were like kind of awkward. And now with puffers and jellyfish and sharks, they are, and also with the fact that they have the fins, they are like real fish people. So I totally agree with you. Okay, so a few organizational notes. Like I said, first we will review the 2 Aquarion games from the Aquarion week. Then OUMAJI comes in. and after we finish, as always, there will be an opportunity to ask our guests some questions. If you want to share your replays, you can do that, and we will have like a block to answer your questions. Maybe give you some tips on how to play, or give you answers to some things that you are struggling with. Okie doke. So let's jump into the games.
All right.
I'll play music. Go ahead, Wani.
Yes, it's streaming is being a bit annoying.
Yeah, we can see everything. So yeah, maybe sorry, one more thing. So this is a game between when who?
Yeah, I have no clue how to pronounce this. Gueju?
Okay.
Correct us if we're wrong, please. And Eovic.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just call him Glay for now.
Gwei, yeah. Gwei and Eo. So we have a game between Gwei and Eo, with Gwei being in the bottom corner here and Eo being in the top corner.
Mm-hmm.
So at first, they're just expanding, looking around, trying to find some villages. And I think here the first thing we have is that Gwei immediately starts opening with organization at this point. Why would he do that? Well, I think because he doesn't see any resources he can find with his other warrior. So he's getting organization just so that he can get a sight of any farms that might be there to help him find villages. Sadly, I don't think he actually has any. So he has to go a little bit further.
Oh, but purple Aquarion starts out right with a ruin next to their capital. That's pretty strong.
Right. Wait, let me quickly go. Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see it when we get back to purple.
Because with Aquarion, if I'm not mistaken, it's they always spawn with 2 fruits, right?
Yes, I believe Aquarion always spawns with 2 fruits. Yeah, here indeed we see Eo going for the ruin before he goes to the village. Because, well, a ruin can be really, really valuable at the start, and the second village is not as important right away. So I think both players are doing really nice openings at the moment. You guys, any more comments on that?
No, nothing.
I would like to point out that, in my opinion, purple has a way better start here, at least from what I can see about the resource distribution, and he already sees a second village with the exact same resources, plus he has the ruin. So right when I first saw this game, I thought, oh wow, how is the other one going to turn that around?
Let's quickly turn off the shared fog. We can turn it back on later in the game. But yeah, it's true. Purple does have a more dense spawn with everything together there. However, purple only has 2 villages at the moment, and pink is about to get their third. So we might see something happening there. Ah no, there's the third one for purple as well. And we see pink here picking up fishing as well. So they're really going for early economy with both fishing and organization. And will they get a ruin? No, an explorer? Yeah, they get an explorer.
Bold choice. I honestly would have gotten a workshop right here, especially with Aquarion's economy, which isn't known for being the strongest.
That's, yeah, I can see that as well. Especially he had this small village here in the south. He could have made a workshop there and got the explorer later. Because I think as Aquarion, you do still want to have a few explorers to get your amphibians out quickly to catch those faraway villages before the opponent does so. Let's see.
I love the addition of aqua farms. Something non-tactical I wanted to point out right here. I absolutely love the fact they added those back.
They are indeed really, really nice for Aquarion, and they give so much. They give so much population if you can get a good naval village. So at the moment, I think pink is putting on some pressure, but purple is starting to fight back. Let's go back, turn the shared fog back off again, so that we have a bit of a view of what they can actually see, because purple here still does not know anything about, it doesn't have any vision of the pink cities. They go for an early riding on waterways, and pink also joins with riding. So we see some expanding, some early combat and back and forth, with pink putting up a lot of pressure, but purple does have that veteran swordsman, which is a really, really strong unit this early in the game. And they also get their first explorer.
Quite similar situation. So the purple has one village in the north, and the other pink player has one in the west. So very far from them.
Not much close. But would you look at this bad luck by purple? They just missed the lighthouse.
The lighthouse in the corner. Yeah, I also saw that. It's always pain when the explorer heads another direction.
So it will take a lot of effort to get that one. Let's see if they can get there. Yeah, and the veteran swordsman, of course, enters the fight. And here we see the bounce. That's a really good tactic to do with Aquarion, where they basically use their amphibian to attack, and then bounce away towards the villages to do both combat and exploration all at the same time. So we're seeing some quick expansion, and yes, they find their first lighthouse. We have 10 stars per turn now on this side, and on the other side as well. Both
players are sitting equally on economy, by the way. Something interesting to point out. I find it always interesting how similar those games go at a pro level. And I mean, yeah, there's some back and forth right here, but overall it's a pretty balanced game still, I would say.
Yeah, both sides definitely are still in it. Look at the economy. I think pink has fishing, organization, and riding. I think purple has something similar. They had, I think, organization, riding, and waterways, if I'm not mistaken. We'll check when we get back to them. So it looks like pink is also going to explore the ruin in the back. What did purple have? Yeah, waterways, riding, and organization. So same thing actually, same thing basically. 2 economical techs and riding, and they're already juking it out. Purple also getting quite close to the village in the north. And to the ruin over here. So they're about to get some nice monsters, but pink is trying to contest it. They're trying to hit the swordsman, trying to get it down, so that they can kill it before it can actually capture the village. Which could be a good play, because if it gets the village with full health, there's basically no stopping them anymore.
However, quite an expensive task to perform. I mean, they've got it to half HP and basically lost 2 riders for it.
Well, they didn't really lose him, right? Because look here, this rider is one of the riders that hit the swordsman, and now it's about to capture a village. So the rider is not lost, it just hit the swordsman and then went off to do something else.
Nice tactic.
Oh, and the swordsman is... and here the other one.
Yeah, nice bounce, yeah.
So both of them
are
actually...
and we have the first super unit of the game.
Yes. Turn 11, with so much fighting going on, that's quite good for Aquarion. But purple is also really starting with techs. They have 5 techs at the moment. Just look at the amount of aquaforms.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wanted to mention that it's usually not that great with aquaforms, but this spawn is just crazy.
Yeah, so I look forward to see how many crabs are going to come out of this one, and they grab another explorer to find their ruin at the lighthouse.
I can never wrap my head around when pros pick explorers and when they go for workshops, and I always have the feeling that whatever I do is wrong for some reason. But I find it fascinating to look at these plays and why did he go for an explorer here? Why does he want vision on those back villages in the left corner? Or was it really just for the lighthouse?
I think it was mainly to fight, because purple, if we go back here, if you look at how they are, purple does not have any vision. Purple knows there's a lot of amphibians in this corner here because their swordmen got hit a few times. So they know something is going on, but they can't actually react to it. They can't fight it. They can't send their own amphibians in there because they just don't see what is happening. So I actually agree that Explorer here is a really good choice.
Yeah, and also there was a chance to get this western lighthouse, because the Explorer usually, in those situations goes in a straight line. So 2 lighthouses, that saves, it saves time.
Yep, exactly. So let's go back to purple here and see what they're doing. I think they're going for their second giant. No, not yet. Because they do still have. Oh yeah, there it is. So 2 crabs out with 16 stars per turn. They deny.
And the swordsman went down.
Exactly. So the hitting did pay off in the end. Although, let's see for how long, because they have a lot of low health units here, and purple.
Eventually it's going to pay off.
Let's see. Oh, and they discovered the second crab already.
That's always one of those, oh my god, I'm going to panic moments.
Yeah, yeah, but not with Meisterlampe, because the purple player is Meisterlampe, and he's like so cool, he's not losing his nerve anytime. Like I saw some crazy games when he was about to lose, and he turned that around. So maybe a little break in our commenting. There's a question: which tribe should I buy first?
Oh,
what would you recommend?
Well, I would say it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a strong tribe that's a bit different, but not really something completely out of the world, I would recommend you to buy the Kiku tribe, because they are very strong from what I know, and have a little different gameplay, but aren't completely out of the world. If you're looking for a fun experience that's completely different, I would recommend you one of the special tribes. And my personal favorite is Cymanti. I would recommend that to you.
Yeah, wink, wink.
A tribe with a very unique playstyle and lots of good stats, and it's just a fun experience to play Cymanti, in my opinion. Ultimately, it's up to you. Some people enjoy Polaris a lot, some people enjoy Aquarion a lot, and there's always someone for Illyrion. So I guess it depends on who you ask.
Your recommendation, Wani?
Well, personally, I'm a really big fan of both Illyrion and Aquarion. I do think Illyrion is a little bit more difficult to pick up at first. They play quite similar to a regular tribe, but there's some more economical details that you have to keep in mind. So I wouldn't recommend them to a very new player. So instead, I would go with, I say Aquarion. Aquarion just got this huge facelift. It's a very interesting tribe. And other than that, I also agree with MARADON that Kiku is a really good tribe for beginners, because Kiku is like the tribe that specializes on getting to the water quickly, getting
but
your
they are
navy.
quite versatile, so both on land and water they perform quite well, I think.
Yeah, exactly. They're also just a really, really strong tribe, but they're just a good tribe to learn how to claim the oceans for yourself, basically.
Okay, so there you go, Zazie. Thanks for the question. Okay, let's continue.
So we see here that what's the name again? That's Gwei got defenders from a ruin before, which was a little bit unfortunate, but defenders are still quite all right against an army of amphibians. I mean, you wouldn't run your riders into defenders either, right? So the defenders can still help to the pressure of their backline. So let's see what we're doing here. Oh, and the crab is moving in to contest the village because Meisterlampe has managed to kill all the other units that were around.
purple should really hurry up in getting a super unit, in my opinion. Not looking good for them.
Oh, and another explorer here. That's a bold one. Well, there was still some fog to uncover, so not bad. But I'm a bit surprised by it.
Yeah,
Maybe
some
because
players
they're going to lose the city anyway.
some players take the explorers to cripple the town that they will
That is
lose.
true. By the way, we are seeing both players at 16 stars per turn. So again, they're really, really similar in their economy. And I think purple at the moment has 5 cities. Pink is about to get their 5th one. So.
From purple.
Oh, well, actually, they're about to get their 6th one in that case. But I'm not really sure they will get their 6th one.
However, oh, what a nice giant push. What a nice giant push. That's awesome.
The crab gets completely removed. All the units that came to support it get killed off. And purple says, no, we're not doing this. Still, pink has another crab over here. And they keep the pressure on. Keep trying to make purple's life difficult. And just completely kill them with their early unit advantage. So
Quite
what's
a
purple
combat
gonna
heavy
do?
game. Oh my. Yet another giant push from purple.
Yes, indeed. Wow. So I don't think pink is too happy at the moment. Both
Yeah,
are.
and all of a sudden purple has the super unit advantage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, actually, they have 4 crabs at the moment. So they really used. Take a look at that. All those aquaforms, all of them got used. So they're really pushing at the moment. Still, pink keeps trying, keeps going forward, and pink got their first shark here. So sharks, for those who don't yet know it, sharks deal 3 damage, and opponents don't deal any retaliation damage to sharks because they have the surprise ability. So it means that a shark is able to attack a crab without taking any damage themselves. So we might see some action from these.
But still, sharks are quite vulnerable because of their 10 health points.
That's also true.
It's quite easy to kill them.
So we see here, the shark took no damage, the swordman took 13 retaliation damage. Those crabs really, really strong, difficult to kill. They're just so defensive. But we also see our first jelly coming out. A really nice unit, really, really unique as well. Oh, yeah. And what you said, the shark here got instantly deleted by the crab. Even though the crab did not do any retaliation damage, it still got a shark in the end. But yeah, at the moment, what should you guys say about the position of both players? How are they looking?
So it's 5 against 5 Cs, right?
Yeah.
How exactly are we looking economy-wise?
So I think purple was slightly ahead. Let me quickly. Purple is at
so purple has a tiny economy advantage.
Yeah. Whereas. Sorry, go ahead.
To give a shot at it, I would say both players are still standing pretty equal. Purple has a slight advantage in the amount of super units they have and a slight advantage in economy. However, I think pink is preparing for a big attack and they almost got their full city territory in the middle city crammed with units and are on the move forward. I would say how this game will go is that either pink will have an attack and will crush purple, or purple manages to grab hold of the game and will win on the long term.
Yeah, so purple is definitely lacking the support units. So obviously crabs are nice, and tanky, but without the support units, they are not so great.
Well, not so great. I mean, the opponent needs to have a means to take them down, right? And as we've already seen, riders and warriors, they will struggle killing a crab. I think you would need 12, 13 warriors to kill a single crab. So the crabs...
Yeah, but with the help of sharks, when they don't get the retaliation, the crabs are not that scary anymore. So I think it's a good strategy to actually go sharks against crabs.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. The jellyfish moves in as well. Yeah, they're starting
I thought it was a crab and it's a jelly. Okay.
Yeah, both sharks are already down.
Okay, and we are going tridents, I see.
Oh yeah, indeed we are. Oh yes, let's see those, because those really change as well, right?
Now that we first see the new Tridentians, what are you guys' opinions on them? They have undergone some changes that may seem slight, but are quite significant in my opinion. So what do you say? Do you prefer the old ones or the new ones? Do you think they're overpowered or balanced? Because I've seen there's a lot of discussion going on about that in the community, and I wanted to ask you guys.
Wanny?
So my personal take on Tridentians, the old ones were definitely overpowered. They were way too good for how much they cost. But because the old Aquarion didn't have too much going for them, they needed a strong unit to be able to come back. With the current Tridentian, I think they're actually really, really fair for their cost. Like I would pay 8 stars for Tridentian every single day, and I don't think it is that Tridentians are too strong either for that cost. However, it is sometimes a bit difficult to get to the Tridentians because you need to buy 2 whole decks. So I think Tridentians are really good units, really fair units. I'm not entirely sure about their position in tech tree at the moment. However, I like them, and I really like playing with them as well.
Yeah, so I did not like them when I think in the beta where they had 3 attack, because then it was very difficult to catch up with them and fight them because they were obviously killing all those weaker units like warriors or riders with one shot. So with 2.5, I think that they are quite balanced, and yeah, and it's like it's kind of refreshing because with the escape that they used to have, they were like it was crazy because overall they had the range they had, it was completely impossible to fight them almost. So with the persists, you need to have bigger numbers and also support units for them to weaken your enemies' units, and then the tridents are very useful because they essentially sweep the field. So yeah, so it's a different mechanics, and I'm actually happy that this was changed from this escape to persist.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. They got a lot more tactical and a lot more fair.
A question from a viewer. So Dante is asking, is the location where daggers spawn after the cloak hits deterministic, apart from the defense bonus prioritization? Do you know anything about that?
I will say right away, good question, and I have absolutely no clue. I honestly never thought about it, and I also wouldn't really know why that matters a lot, but I personally haven't recognized any pattern. But let's see if Wani knows anything about that.
I think for all intents and purposes, it is random. If you have the same city and you will send cloaks to it a few times, the daggers will be spawning in different locations. Of course, as you already pointed out, they will first prioritize the defense locations. But once those are filled or among the defense locations, you will see daggers spawning in different positions. So
yeah, I would also say it's random, and it also doesn't really matter if you don't have any bonuses. Because if you don't have climbing or archery, it's like, it doesn't really matter where the daggers spawn. They will be in range definitely to attack on the next turn. So, but other than that, it's quite irrelevant for me where they spawn. But maybe someone in the audience knows the answer to the question. So let's send it to our viewers as well.
So, are we ready to see the
Yes, let's continue and see how the game continues. Yeah.
So we have Maestro here, who has Tridentions. The other side, Gwei, I think, yeah. Got the sharks and the jellies. So got a bit of all different types of units. The crab here, I think it's actually going to go down. Damn. Taking down a full crab with small units like that? Or no, he's not pressing the attack. Yeah, okay, the Tridention hits. So here Tridentions basically 2.5 attack. It's decent damage. We didn't really see any chaining just yet.
Mm-hmm. Could you move the map more to the center, Wanny?
Sorry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. But yeah, we see one of the uses already. That Tridentions can basically act as slightly faster, slightly stronger archers who can be used to poke down crabs. And the crabs don't really have a way to counter-attack them. Let's see. They're doing that. Okay, so Pink is pushing towards the capital with 2 crabs.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're trying to just cheese out a win here by going for a quick siege.
Yeah, also maybe just redirecting Purple's attention to a different part of the map and basically forcing him to spend his economy away from the attacking and defending lines and have him constantly panic about 2 super units near his capital. Quite a play. I've never seen that before, honestly.
The push towards the capital, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite difficult to stop 2 crabs going for a capital and just ignoring everything in between. But I think, well, the crab is already down to 21 HP. So I think Maestro Lamp is actually handling it quite well. See, well, the crab here is also about to go down. So both sides are starting to indeed kill the crabs.
Mm-hmm.
The Tridention gets to live, sadly. But Pink is pulling back across the entire line because, well, Pink knows that the Tridention here, if it can get some good attacks going among the amphibians, it can start killing more and more of them at the same time. So yeah, Pink is definitely afraid of everything. Oh, and this crab here went down as well. So that kind of defeats Pink's push on the capital here because now with only 1 crab, it doesn't have any way of killing the jellyfish anymore.
Yep. And they can also disband the damaged jellies and produce new ones. So it's impossible.
And I think Pink realizes it as well. Even though Pink still has 5 cities and the economy 25 stars per turn against 28 stars per turn, Pink at this moment feels like there's not really anything they can do to come back. Purple has too many Tridentions. Purple has a ranged advantage. And so the push here will be quite inevitable.
Could you show Pink's tech tree so we could see how far? Yeah, so they did not even get free spirit. So it was impossible for them to. But maybe diplomacy. Yeah, but with those jellies there, it would have been really hard to.
Still, I think
sneak a cloak anywhere. And the Meister Lampe also did not get any border growth, so it wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, cloaks are not very good against Tridentians and jellyfish.
Still, I think it would be good if you could explain again why exactly pink resigns here, because to the uneducated eye, I think it looks pretty much like the situation still is fairly balanced and certainly not lost enough for someone to resign like that.
Well, the thing is, if you look at the number of crabs both sides have, pink has 1 crab over here. Purple has 4 crabs spread across the map. So purple is ahead in super units and in pushing power in general. And the super units that pink does have, they're also... Oh, sorry, pink has 2 super units. But this one is kind of out of position. It can't really do much anymore. It's just going to get killed over a few turns by the Tridentians who are sitting here. So pink is about to lose their this super unit. And this super unit, well, with the Tridentians attacking it from range, the super unit can't really do much counter damage, so it's just sitting there waiting to die. Then you could say, like, okay, well, but pink still has a big army. Yes, pink does have a big army. But if you look at them, all of these are amphibians. Amphibians are really, really good units. But amphibians can't do very much against jellyfish. And so we expect here that if the game will play out a little bit further, purple will push up with a combination of jellyfish and crabs at the front, and with the Tridentians right behind that. And so pink just sees they will not have any way of getting their amphibians to actually kill the Tridentians. They will keep getting pushed back, and back and back. And they basically decided that's a painful process I don't want to go through. It's clear to me that in 4, 5, 6 turns I will start losing this city, and they decided to pull the plug right here.
Yeah, I agree, because with it's really hard to fight jellies with amphibians, because once they get in range of the tentacles, they get damage and they have to heal on the next turn, otherwise they will be dead. So
man,
yeah,
what a game!
You really need tridents or, I don't know, sharks.
So yeah, the first game ends quite abruptly.
GG.
But don't worry, we have more games for you, and this one I think plays out until quite close to the end. By the way, congratulations to Maisalampi on his first win. That's going a bit too fast.
Yeah, let's look at the spawns first. Maybe we could zoom in a bit and see the spawns. Could you put forward the replay a bit so we can see the resources?
Yeah,
because now it's
All right.
So what do you think?
If you see here, red only has 2 fruits. Pink has 2 fruits and 2 fish. Generally, especially on an archipelago map like this, fish is a better starting resource for Aquarion than fruit are. So pink does have the advantage on that regard. Also, if you look here, there's resources all over, all around. Whereas for reds, they only have this 1 fruit here. So not too much there. Of course, things could still be hidden. We have all this empty water. There's likely going to be a few aqua farms in here.
Before we start the actual replay, I think we should also introduce our contestants for this match, right?
Yes, you
Exactly.
are absolutely right.
We have
so we have Meister Lampe again
from last match playing the pink Aquarion this time, and we have a player named QC Corrado with the red Aquarion.
Yeah.
I am not entirely sure if I've met him or talked to him before. The name doesn't sound familiar to me. What about you, Wanny?
Cora, I actually play several games with him a week. He tends to make a lot of free-for-all games, and he has a group of skilled players. He puts in there and just puts a ton of people on a very small map and says, "Now fight, please." So yeah, I play with this guy very regularly.
Interesting. Let's see if that reflects in his playstyle.
They're both really good players as well. So let's see where this match takes them. So standard opening for both of them. Oh, and red does not find a village. That's a bit annoying for them. So let's see what they're gonna do about this. Pink, meanwhile, gets nice standard opening. Oh, but red does find a ruin.
Right here, the situation already quite looks like there's going to be some massive fighting in the center here. I mean, doesn't this just set the stage for a grand battle in the middle of the map? I personally love this opening because it already looks so sharp, in my opinion. It's unbalanced spawns, and red doesn't find a village but finds a ruin that's close to pink. I just wanted to point out how much I love this position.
So let's see what I see someone in the chat asks for higher quality stream. I'm not sure I can actually make it any better than I'm.
Yeah, it's you know, the internet.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We'll try to improve that. Let's focus on the game.
All right, so Master Lampe, as expected, goes for fishing, reveals a few nice aquaforms, and starts upgrading everything. I don't think Master Lampe actually knows how close. No, Master Lampe has no idea that Korra is hiding here in the fog, and I don't think Korra knows that Master Lampe is there either. So they're still oblivious to each other. Oh no, he definitely knows. With the village showing up here, he knows that this warrior is in a bad spot. He goes for double ruin though, so he recognizes the spawn is not good. I really need some ruin luck here to bounce back and to try to get something to work.
What a move right there. Just basically raising your hands and praying to the gods of RNG. They may give you something good out of those two ruins.
Please, Michiwan, grant me this one thing. And Korra goes for organization. Does reveal some farms over here. And now Master Lampe also finds the warrior, but well, he won't be able to kill it before the warrior opens the present from Michiwan. Master Lampe actually goes for a workshop here. Let me quickly go back to his view. So he goes for a workshop here, even though he knows for sure that red is somewhere over here. So he decided at the moment, I want to go all in on economy. I don't need the vision just yet. That's for later.
See, but that's also a decision I can't really understand, because after all, what an explorer wants you to do is gain vision on your opponent, right? And here, Pink Aquarion basically has no vision on his opponent, and he sees a single warrior that stepped out of the fog and is currently standing in a ruin. There could be half an army back there. Why doesn't he just take an explorer there and place it as risky as taking a workshop?
Yeah, I think either one could be good, but remember, we are on turn 4 right now. So the chance that red has an entire army over here is quite low. So I'm not sure that he really needs it immediately. Still, I am a bit doubtful. I didn't really count his economy. It might be that he just was planning for next turn, like, okay, if I get a workshop now, then it means next turn I can buy these things, and that's more important than getting an explorer. Because, well, the good players, they tend to really calculate out every single penny. I think next turn he will have 10 stars. 10 stars is exactly enough to get riding and a single amphibian. So maybe that's why he went for the workshop instead of the explorer, because he.
Interesting idea.
But could you go back a bit? So where was first? So like he upgraded he already saw the warrior. Yeah.
Yeah. So it saw the warrior, and then at that point.
Yeah, because it's so some really good players, when they see their opponents, so that the direction where the opponent is coming from, so they kind of know where to go. So like they are not guessing anymore. So it's kind of reasonable to go eco because you already know where your opponent is. So it's like building up your resources and then revealing the land with riders or with amphibians, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that makes
this might
sense.
also be an answer.
So let's see what's in the ruin and what Meister Lampe is going to do with his added economy. So we got an explorer over here in the ruin. Not bad, although I think he was hoping for something that gave him a little bit more tempo. He does have really nice vision though, of pretty much the entire territory of Meister Lampe. And oh! Veteran Swordsman!
Yeah.
That's...
I guess Michi 1 gave him what he wanted.
Yeah, that one's going to be difficult to deal with. Damn, Veteran Swordsman this early, right next to the village. Maybe we're
That'll
not
be a
going
tough
to
one.
see amphibians. Let's see. So yeah, he kills the other warrior. Makes sense. Explores a little bit, and yeah, just goes all in on more warriors. He knows I really, really need to bulk up right now. This is not the time for riders.
By the way, have you guys noticed that the Aquarion Explorer actually has like the little mermaid fins and this kind of aquatic look to it? I just noticed it right now when you were showing the Explorer.
Yeah, they
from
remade
Red
everything.
Aquarion.
So
That
the
really
dagger,
threw me off right now.
the daggers are also mermaids. So
Daggers with the tails.
every unit is a mermaid now.
I just love when game makers put so much attention into the little details.
Mhm.
Always makes a game great for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really did a lot of effort on Aquarion.
So what do we do with the swordsman?
I think the idea at the moment is just show as many warriors at it as possible.
Mm-hmm.
See, because we have 8 stars per turn here. Let's take a look at the other side. The other side only still has 4 stars per turn. So although they got the veteran swordsman here, they still need to get their second village. But they're putting on pressure, bouncing back, trying to reveal some more villages. Without success. But they do have amphibians up. Yeah, just we see the mermaid spam. Just keep making warriors. Don't give the veteran swordsman any opportunity to conquer your territory. Oh, and we're going for hunting before we're going for organization. But that's something you don't see very often with Aquarion.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time they go for organization first because they don't have so many animals. But I guess this spawn, 4 animals total, is not bad. It's decent. Let's see where they go from here.
Okay, another workshop.
Revealing it, killing the warrior. So yeah, they gave up on using the swordsman to attack the city. Instead, now they're trying to just use it to completely zone out Meister Lampe, to keep Meister Lampe in their corner while they go out and grab villages all around. Keep in mind, Meister Lampe still has more villages than Korra does. And oh, see this little guy here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first archer.
So archers are not something you would immediately associate with Aquarion. However, they can be quite good, and I think we will see a lot of archer action in this game. So don't sleep on archers. They really are strong units if used correctly. Yeah. Immediately pulls back the amphibian as well. Pulls back the swords. They do not want to mess with the archer. But
extra resources.
Sorry?
Extra resources from the ruins. Meister Lampe got some extra stars.
Yeah, they're far ahead in stars at the moment. They, with 24 stars next turn, they can buy a lot of things. I don't know what they're planning yet, but we'll see. And they're still ahead economy-wise against Korra. So yeah, here I think we'll see the power of Aquarian archers, just archers in general. Just start shooting the veteran swordsman. Veteran swordsman dies without being able to do much else. They can just melt tanky units. Yeah, really. Let's see.
Okay, waterways. So first atoll.
And resources in both cities. So yeah, just keeping up a strong economy together with a strong military push. I don't think Korra has too many chances anymore at the moment. What do you guys think? I'll put on the.
Yeah, I see those juicy, aqua farms. Maybe that's the way to come back from that.
Yeah, it's true. If you can push for a few crabs, take down the warriors, that might be one way out of this. Still, with a push like this coming to your cities,
I think he has to get quite the perfect timing on his recovery, because right now it's just looking like Red is dead lost. I mean, yes, he's capturing 2 villages, but he's way behind in economy. He basically has no units on the field, and the few he has are spread out entirely and aren't really coordinated. So, if anything, I would put my money on Pink Aquarion right now.
All right, so let's see what Red does. Getting a bit more. Oh, and they are actually going for icons.
Yeah, like I predicted.
Yeah, they don't have enough stars to use them at the moment. So I guess we'll see some more economy next turn. Pink here, yeah, just killing all the explorers that all the units that Red had out here to capture villages. So Pink is now also securing this side of the map. Again, putting up a lot of pressure. Red's going back in the corner, hoping to find some more cities up here.
Oh wow, and there goes his economy. That's a fascinating start.
I mean,
wasn't that he just basically doubled his economy that turn, right? He started off at 7 and ended at 14.
Yeah, the moment you get the aqua farms up and running, Aquarion can be so strong in their economy. Like, it can go really quickly.
Yeah, and a side note, so with the update, the windmills work with aqua farms as well, and Aquarion has the ability to build buildings on water. So there is like a lot of crabs might come from those aqua farms as well.
Yeah, I already can identify a couple of good spots on the map right there.
And also the fertilize ability. So Aquarion counts burn forest, but they can fertilize the flooded land. So farming,
which turns it into aqua farms.
Yeah, farming is a great tech for them to build up their eco.
All right, let's see how this plays out.
Yes, so we start seeing our first siege. I think Red still has a chance.
I mean, he can technically unsiege, but already this game. Oh boy.
Yeah, what about the next siege and siege after that?
I mean, he has the power of a quickly growing economy on his side, but still, I think it's going to be a very, very tough game for Red Aquarion, and he's going to have to be very quick with expanding properly.
Yeah, and so because although pink is behind in stars per turn, they did just pick up navigation as well. So
and they have the army. So
yeah, they've. Let's see here. Before they researched navigation, they had units on 2 different starfish. They're going to pop off again. Probably get some jellyfish. Oh, and finally we get an explorer. Going all the way in the back. Let's see what does pink actually see at the moment.
Yeah, I was about to say, just in case anyone is wondering what's going on right now, in our replays we have the feature to show the shared fog of both players, which means that we can see everything that any of the 2 players has discovered, which is why the Explorer was going so weirdly right now, and why you may have noticed some weird things going on in our replays. Those are not bugs, that's just a feature with disabling the fog.
So they
and this time the Explorer actually reaches the lighthouse and actually gets them some economy.
This time, yes.
Some karma from last game. But yeah, so we have units knocking on door of both of those cities. Yeah, let's see what they're going to do here. Oh, they did they buy strategy or did they get it?
No, I think they got it from with the stars, because they got two veteran swordsmen.
They bought it. Oh, 2 veteran swordsmen.
Yeah,
I mean, these are good, but not if they're this far in the back, and not if the opponent already has an army of archers.
I wouldn't say these were good ruins. It's like maybe this swordsman in the northeast, kinda okay, but the other one is so far away that. But maybe
time is really ticking for Red Aquarion. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because Red decides, let's go for shields. Let's just try to hold out. Keep back all those units, but I mean, shields can hold out a little bit, but against archers, I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, trying to kill a few more units. Oh, went all the way for a city wall. Well, a defender on a city wall, of course, that is quite tanky.
Yeah.
So
that's very hard to break.
Yeah, there will be some troubles getting those down.
And maybe that will buy him the time he just needs to recover and eventually, I mean, Red Aquarion is still the one with the better economy and has been for, I think, 5 turns now. That has to make a difference eventually.
Yeah, sure. Oh, he just doesn't have enough to kill this amphibian.
That's
still the
unfortunate.
defenders are holding.
Yeah, but the swordsman will die anyway because there's an archer and another amphibian in range. So
yeah, and I think looking at the bar at the top, it looks like Red is about to give up. They know their fate is sealed. They try to survive a little bit longer, but with archers behind a wall of jellyfish, they realized there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah, so let's maybe recap. So what could have Red done differently to not to lose or to win?
For me personally, I'm not the expertise one here, but I would say that Red had a tough start from the beginning and he gave recovering from it a good shot, but wasn't able to pull through quite quick enough to stop.
Well, can you actually rewind to the beginning and take down the fog so we will see the.
Yeah, I'll take down.
So we could see the.
Yeah, so I think this really captures their starting positions. Red did give it a good shot, but they were just so far behind.
Could you go to turn like 4? Because I think that there is a 4. Okay, yeah. And play it, because I think I would disagree with something that Red has done. Okay.
I mean, Red explored into the wrong direction twice. That probably also influenced the game heavily.
There was a good chance of a village being over here in the corner. So this was really just bad luck that he didn't discover any here. I think that the one play that he might have done differently is here going for the village instead of going for the ruin. Because it took a long time for Red to even get their second village. If they had gone for the village instead, they would have gotten the ruin a little bit later, which would have still given them they would still have had claim to the ruin, and they would have been able to make a second warrior or second unit to go explore in this direction, maybe find this ruin a little bit sooner. So that might have had a difference, but I think overall Pink was definitely favored, just with their density of villages here and their early economy. So even though
I would say that with the swordsman that they got from the first ruin, I mean Red, I think that they should have kept it in this area of Meister Lampe's second CD, because they kind of took it to this middle village, and it eventually died.
It eventually died, but it would also have died if it stayed here, because with this amount
but then you have time for then there is time for other units to occupy the village, so that they eventually got it, as I see. So maybe it wasn't a mistake, but I agree that the village distribution for Red wasn't that great.
So
I don't know. Maybe getting more military at some point. I think going for those aqua farms, even though that they are great and there are like so many of them, wasn't the best choice at some point, because I think that you have to keep that balance between your army and your economy. I get it that they were in a tough spot, that they need to build up their economy, but I think that there was one turn when they could have trained amphibians instead of getting those upgrades, and then there could have been more space for them to fight back.
Did they buy them? Oh, they had them quite early, actually. Really? No, it's just the replay being a little bit bugged out. When did they buy their aqua farms? Here. So turn 10, here they bought their aqua farms. At this point, they couldn't actually make any more units, because if you look at it,
no, I mean after they got those two towns, then I think there was one turn when
the turn
where Meister Lampe's army was coming, and they could have gotten more amphibians.
Yeah, that's true. At this point, they could have.
Because now they have, just 4 units or 3 even, and they can't really fight back.
Yeah, I think at this point they were probably hoping to push for a crab. They were thinking, we can't win this anymore with units. I have to get a crab as soon as possible, just so that I can use a crab to fight this army, because with amphibians I won't get through this entire thing. So I think I assume that's what they were gunning for.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh well.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
So
GG's to both players. Man, what a game still. I'm still amazed how long Red Aquarion managed to stay in the game. And I mean, he resigned in the end, but he put up a good fight. And it was still a very entertaining game, in my opinion.
Yeah, he definitely gave it his best try.
All right.
Okay.
That concludes Aquarion games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, let's go and see
we will
OUMAJI.
move on to the OUMAJI highlights from this month's Polysseum.
Yes, we have 3 games.
The OUMAJI highlights for Polysseum. I think I'm going to start with my favorites of the OUMAJI highlights.
Go ahead. Let me change the music.
A game by with our players being Force from I believe Force at the moment is a house leader of Team Ronin on Poly Champions, and also just a veteran Polysseum player. And as the opponent, once again we see Meister Lampe as a contestant here. So we see a lot of this guy, but Meister Lampe plays a lot of Polysseum games. He plays them very well, so he's a regular guest in the highlights.
Yep. Let's go.
So let's go just a little bit further so that we see our resources. So this is actually a really, really interesting map. We are playing Archipelago here, and we see that both of the capitals are connected by a very small strip of land. And because both of them are OUMAJI, that means we could actually see some rider combat on Archipelago, which is a map that normally mostly sees water combat.
And bridges, definitely. Could you actually turn off the autofocus so the map doesn't jump here and there?
Okay. So we see, I believe it's Meister Lampe in the northeast. Starts off exploring towards the center, immediately finds a village. Force also goes towards the center, also finds himself a village, and both make a second rider. Meister Lampe doesn't immediately get a second village with his other rider, but neither does Force, so we're still going rather equal. Meister Lampe going straight for fishing instead of going for fruits. What do you guys think about that?
Well, at this early stage of the game, I wouldn't really say it matters a lot for him, because he could upgrade both cities with both. I think it's just like a general direction you want to take the game in, right? If you go for fishing, you'll probably focus more on naval combat, and if you go for organization, you'll have access to defenders and eventually even cloaks. However, I don't see cloaks working out as well on such a small and cramped map as Archipelago as they probably would, say, on continents or Pangaea or any of the other map types.
And we have a question from our viewer Paul. Can we see what yellow saw? Why didn't they move to the center? What was their thinking of going more east, discovering the village?
So why did they go here and not here? I guess they assumed their village either on this tile because of the fruit here in the corner. So they decided, okay, let's go here. Let's go here. If there's a village here or here, we'll find it with the fruits. If they went here, well, there could have still been a village on this tile or on this tile, but not on this tile. Because if you zoom in closely and you look at this water tile here, the water tile does not have a shoreline. So there is no tile here where a village could be. And I guess he assumed it was more likely for a village to be here than to be here.
And also on Archipelago maps, it's kind of a lottery, right? Because the resources are like sliced by water, and it's not that obvious because on those more land-based maps, obviously you should go to for the center, especially in on drylands, right? But on Archipelago, you have to be quite like observant and see where the resources are, and be also lucky, in my opinion.
I see that Paul just commented again that he meant a different rider movement.
Okay.
So let's go back to turn 0. I think you mean, and why did he go to this tile instead of to this tile? We don't just see the resources. I think simply because this was a tile with the fruit. So there were 3 different tiles that could be next to this fruit that had a village. Whereas if he went here, he didn't really have any resource indicators for a village on this tile. or at least not as clear as the one for food here. So,
I mean, I guess it was just a 50-50, right? And he just went for the better odds.
Oh, actually, I just talked about shorelines. I will do it again. This tile here does not have a shoreline on this edge, so there could not be a village here, because this here is also a water tile.
Yeah, but anyway, it's on Archipelago. It's in a lot of cases it's pure luck. So obviously, if he moved to this more center tile, then he might have missed the village. So he would have found it definitely on the next move. But then you are like one turn. Slower, right?
Yeah. So if he had moved here, he wouldn't have actually discovered anything.
Yeah.
Because water and 2 empty tiles. So he made the right move.
Yeah, right call. Yes. That's my Stellampe. You also have to take that into consideration, Paul. He's a magician, so he knows.
Okay. Let's see how this game unfolds.
I'm going to turn the fog back on because I think for the part that's going to come next, it's interesting to see what both players actually know. So yeah, we were here. Stellampe got fishing. Vorse
unlucky.
Didn't find a village over here. Yeah. So he now only has one direction to go further, and furthermore, Vorse knows Stellampe is right next to him, so Vorse is probably getting a little bit nervous at this point. This early in the game. Stellampe, meanwhile, he doesn't know anything about it. Going for a workshop again. Probably because an explorer had a chance of just going into the corner and not really revealing much. But he has 2 cities. Look, he has his eyes set on a third one and a ruin in front of him. So he's probably feeling quite good at the moment.
Yeah, and fishing on Archipelago is very useful because you don't need the sailing tech to reveal a lot of fog because there are mostly those shallow water tiles, right? So it's actually cheaper to get an explorer on Archie and reveal a lot of map.
So at the moment here, Vorse sees this ruin. He knows he has a chance to take it, but he also knows that his opponent is right here. So Vorse is probably going to start preparing for that. Oh no, he goes for the workshop. Leaves it at that. Stellampe grabs his fish, and this time goes for an explorer. Let's see what he reveals. And
and he actually finds his opponent, and immediately capitalizes on that.
Yeah.
So Stellampe attacks. Let's see. Stellampe does not see a unit here in this city, so he thinks he has a free ruin.
Yeah.
So, too bad for him. Just behind that, there's another rider in the fog. So Vorse will actually manage to kill the rider. He bounces forwards with his rider.
Yeah, to block.
And to I think he is going to stay on the ruin. Yeah, he stays on the ruin. So he really
quite a brutal move to just block off the rider in the ruin with one that he just sent to die.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? The one rider is worth so much more for him. Like, if this rider stays alive, that could be 10 stars. It could be 3 population. This rider is very, very valuable to him.
Yeah, or a swordsman.
So he will want to keep that one alive. So, let's see. We get a few hits on there. The rider stays alive, so we can pop the ruin. But Stellampe, as you can see, is getting a lot of riders ready to keep fighting. It is population. Generally, really nice one. But Vorse did also had 3 fish here he could have used to upgrade the city. So he might have wanted a different one instead. Still, I'm personally always happy if I get population out of a ruin. It's a really, really solid reward. That's how
I think it would be great if we could decide on what city we get the population and not just the capital. Because especially later, and I feel like late game, I feel like population gets quite useless because it's just, oh wow, okay, now I have 6 of my 9 required population things to upgrade the city, and what am I gonna do about it? And I think it would make the ruin reward a lot more useful if you could choose what city would go on.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. But at least now you can get parks. So especially on those bigger maps, getting a giant in the back doesn't really make sense. But at least you can get parks. So it's +1 stars.
That's true.
That's a nice addition too, of course. Yeah.
You see here, Force, he attacks the rider, it bounces into the village. I think he leaves this one standing here, trying to block off, and he makes a few more riders because, of course, he does. We're OUMAJI, we're fighting, we need our riders.
Have there any other units been on the field in this game, actually? Because if I didn't miss any, so far we've only seen riders trained. So a classic OUMAJI experience you guys are seeing right here.
Definitely. So he kills the unit that's in the front, he hits the other one once, and take a look at what he's doing over here. He is putting his riders in front of the village, completely blocking him off. So although the Force will be able to get the village, my Slampy is in a really good position to try to contest the village now. He puts the other riders there as well. He's really saying like, no, you stay there, that village, you're going to give it back to me.
Yes, he's very threatening.
Great utilization of the terrain right here.
Yeah, they're really using the narrow edges here. So
I am quite surprised no one has gone for any naval upgrades so far, because as we are seeing right now, not being able to move on water tiles is a huge disadvantage for both players right now.
Yes, it is a bit of a disadvantage, but at the same time, at the moment, the fighting is all happening around this village. Like they really try to get it, and if they would have invested any stars, any economy into going for naval, they would not have been able to contest the village. They would have just said to the other one, here, have the village. And riders are a lot more stars efficient than a naval units are in combat. So I think they just decided to really fight it out, try to get as strong a hold here as possible, because going for economy at the moment might just give up the game to the opponent. We have another hit, and I think... Yeah,
our first non-rider unit, let's go. It took 7 turns.
Yeah, first warrior.
I see a Force here is saying like, okay, you were blocking my units, I'm gonna try to open it up, and now he's blocking the city instead with his rider. I don't think that's enough to keep my Salampe out though. Let's take a look. Yeah, my Salampe.
Yeah, and
going
that's
all in
right there.
That's a nice siege, and take a look at this block. This is going to be so difficult to break through.
Yeah, he's not only blocking but also zoning. So this rider on the right is zoning the.
So, in order to get a unit to here, he would need to kill this unit. He would need to kill this unit, and then he would need to kill this unit. So, Force would need 6 units to be able to actually unsiege it, which obviously he doesn't have.
Or get a bridge. So if he put a bridge there in this small gap, then he has a chance. But I don't think he has this.
However, that's quite the expensive solution to the problem.
If he had a bridge, why doesn't? Yeah, he could potentially afford a bridge to put down here. That is fair too. He would need a bridge and a road though in order to get his
So
warrior there as well. So
I guess he decided it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, if he did that, he would not be able to build any units at all this turn, and then all the riders that my Salampe had, they would overrun him. So he decided not to do it. Instead, he's hitting riders, and he's putting his own warrior there to block as well. So both players are
quite
really
an interesting decision, in my opinion. Deciding to go right with the warrior, not where the actual contesting the village is taking place. I mean, it makes sense, but it's one of those plays that always shows me what's the difference between those pro players and someone playing casually are, because I think most people would have just taken the rider on the left side and would have been done with it. But not Boris. Fascinating decision.
And yeah, if the warrior had moved here, then that would mean that this warrior here and this rider here would be open. It could have been killed, and then Meister Lampe could have put on more pressure there. So I think this warrior here is actually trying to keep this rider alive to make sure that he can use his other units to maybe try to get the village back again. It's definitely an interesting choice. So yeah, Meister Lampe gets roads and starts hitting.
Oh, veteran. No.
That's quite the unfortunate turn of events.
So another question from Paul: why didn't Purple go for the Explorer on the CD that was to be captured? It's not worth. It wasn't worth it in this case. Wasn't it worth it in this case?
I mean, at this moment, they don't really need too much vision out here because there's no fighting happening out here. Going for an Explorer would cost him 4 stars. And at this moment, he needs a lot of stars just to spend on units, potentially to spend on roads next turn. He's trying to fight at the moment. He doesn't care about using his riders to go out exploring and finding new villages, because the riders can't go out and explore. The riders are stuck on this small island, which is what makes this match so incredibly interesting. Just the fact that they're so contained.
So to sum that up, I would say the Explorer would have had a likely chance because Boris has already researched fishing, so the Explorer will just walk away over the water and be no good use. If I got you right there, Wonny.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if I look at the OUMAJI pros in the chat, they are saying the same thing as well.
Yes, I know Joe joined us, so
I know, and Justini, both really good OUMAJI players.
Oh wow, what an audience we have collected. Oh Jesus.
We're waiting for Gali to join. So we have our trio.
So yeah, let's see what Vorst is going to do about this. So Vorst now puts down his roads, moves a rider in from all the way in the back and moves it forward to block. So I think Vorst has a plan to take back his village again. It's another rider, moves this one back, kills that one, blocks, and a warrior here. And let's see, what would Meister Lampe need to get past it? This rider needs to die, so he would need 2 hits on this one. This rider also blocks the entrance, so this one also needs to die. So Meister Lampe would need 5 hits to get the village back.
And Vorst still can afford 1 rider, so that was a good investment.
Yeah. So let's look here. Meister Lampe does technically have 5 units, but I don't think he actually has the stars to make something like that happen. No, so like you see here, he kills the units and the village is back to Vorst. Vorst goes on to get a few more kills. Again, puts a unit in front here to protect the village.
Yeah, and now they upgrade in the Explorer.
Misses the lighthouse again. But Meister Lampe is still going strong, getting a lot of hits.
He's still making good progress towards the village, but I think Boris has secured it at least for now.
Yeah, although again, Meister Lampe has a big army of riders here in the fog. So, but yeah, he will be making his own units. Also have a lot of defense. Warriors, keep in mind, warriors are more difficult to kill than riders. They deal more damage on retaliation. You need 3 rider hits to kill a warrior that's on a village. So this will make it a bit more difficult for Meisterlampe. Monument comes out, some stars. Oh, and we see our first rose. So Meisterlampe actually decided to say, screw it, I'm going over the water. I want to have a different approach here.
Yeah, I want this down back. It's mine.
I wonder if he had planned it like this for the warrior to be blocking off the city, because if I'm not mistaken, he could have actually sieged the village if he hadn't put his warrior in front of that, right? This was one of the main moments I stumbled upon in this game, because I thought, well, if you just hadn't killed the warrior here, the 8 HP one, with another warrior, but with one of the riders you could have moved away, then maybe could he have sieged the city? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Let's see, could he have done that?
Maybe just played a little further. So, okay, we get the road here. And... okay. Now, what if here, instead of attacking with the warrior second, you would have taken the 8 HP rider from all the way back there, hit it and kill the warrior? And you still would have had the 2 9 HP riders.
That is true. He if this one had done first, hit first, then this one killed. Then this one went in. He would have needed another road on here, but that's possible. So yeah, it does seem like he did actually have an option to kill the warrior. Although, keep in mind, you need 3 units to kill a warrior on a city. So 2 units to kill the warrior, 2 units left, so he didn't have enough to kill it.
Yeah, but it would have been expensive, I think. For like
but so I don't think he actually could get the kill in.
Okay, maybe I'm just miscalculating. Could be. Okay, he decides to heal the riders anyway. A good decision too, probably. But while this game is going back and forth really quickly, it's at least for me, it's quite impossible to predict what's going to happen next move and how the game is standing. I mean, of course, right now, Yellow OUMAJI has a huge advantage on army.
Let's take a general look. Yeah, Yellow indeed has a lot more units. Yellow could, for example, open up use some bridges to cross over here. Purple could make bridges here. We already saw the bridge here. They don't really have too many opportunities to use bridges to go out exploring. So I think we would mainly see them fighting on the continent here. Although Purple is about to get themselves another city. So Purple will have the city advantage from here on. But yeah, with the number of riders that Yellow has, they might still be able to force something out. So,
question to you, Wani, because you're a pro. Are you using skins or you don't?
So why do they never use skins? I use skins almost all the time. Okay. The only one I don't use is OUMAJI because I really don't like it.
Okay, there you go.
Now, actually, I'm going to quickly switch my 2 screens to have the game here in the center. That way I won't be pulling it off center all the time. All right. So, at this point, I would say Yellow has the military advantage, but I just peeked ahead a little bit. And I think we stopped right in the middle of this city here, upgrading and getting a giant, which, I mean, is really, really important in a game where there's only riders.
Yep, there is the giant.
So yeah, we have a giant here, and a giant will be very difficult to deal with. And we're getting a city wall here. Forrest says, no, I am keeping the city. You're not getting it back anymore. Still, with so many riders. Yeah, with all these riders, Meisterlampe is still going for it. sends in 4 riders, gets them all a bit low, but still manages to actually siege the city with a veteran swordsman.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Really went all in there.
Yeah, especially as Vors just put one of his monuments into upgrading the city. Well, maybe he can squeeze out a giant push. Let's see.
Yeah, because as you just said, one of his monuments, but Vors still hasn't put down his killer monuments. Let's see what he does.
No, he has enough because it's
Yes.
3 resources and a
And
monument,
there we
and
go.
he gets a giant. Yeah.
City secured again for Vors.
Yeah. My Celentis thesis happening in the sides. Nope, I'm not winning this anymore. His last gambit was foiled. Still a really amazing match in my opinion, and big congrats to both players. They played it so extremely well. There were so many good blocks, so many interesting plays in here. So yeah, for me it's definitely
So Wani, you lost a fan. So Wani is no longer my favorite commentator after the comment about the OUMAJI skin.
That's very harsh of you.
So Justini is not your friend anymore.
You've made a mighty enemy.
Do you even play with the OUMAJI skin, Justini? I always see you with the normal skin, right?
But you have
I can already hear the
responsibilities.
aggressive typing.
Yeah.
Oh god, and Aino is also angry at my OUMAJI comments. Good thing Aino is no longer my team leader, so he can't kick me out for it.
Yeah, so Justini says I use the skin. So.
Well,
Okay.
if I'm being very honest with you guys, I agree with Wani on this one. I personally also don't really like the OUMAJI skin. It's also
I'll be the opposite. I don't have the what they are called, the
skins.
condor.
Yeah, the condor.
No, I like them. The only one
like
that I dislike is the Quetzali. I think that this is like, oh my god.
I mean the Quetzali ones. I just saw them as memes of some sort because Quetzali people in the Discord server. By the way, if any of you guys watching right now hasn't joined it, go join it. But I think I've seen you all on there. I think all the Quetzali people are just spamming birds everywhere. So maybe the Quetzali skin being bird themed was a bit of fan service. Maybe, I don't know.
Yep.
I'm not the one working for Midji1 here.
Yes. Anyway, so what do you think? Was there anything Meister Lampe could have done differently to turn this around and win?
Ooh. Something different. I do, because Meister Lampe did not have full vision, I believe. Let me quickly turn it off again.
Yeah,
Meister Lampe did not have full vision. But I think that one option that he didn't use is opening up a bridge right over here. So he might have.
So wasn't actually this bridge that he built a mistake, because he did not capitalize on those 5 stars that he spent there. Now when I'm thinking about this, it's like, was it worth it? Yeah. Because if he had done this, what Maradon said, that the siege on this contested city, on this small island, then yes, I would agree. But if he did not pull off that siege, it's like questionable, this bridge play.
If I look at it, he might have, if he built a bridge over here and a bridge over here, then I think he could have sieged the city while going around this warrior zone of defense. So he might have missed an opportunity there. Although, to be fair, we have to keep in mind that these players are playing the game live. They're playing
they are on a timer, so yeah, we have to be.
So yeah, this is the sort of thing that we might be able to find in a replay after analyzing the game.
In hindsight, it's easy to say this, or you should have done this or that. But yeah, they are on a timer, so You don't
Yeah.
always find the best place, but yeah.
And like, I keep repeating it. This match is exceptionally well played by both players. So I don't really have anything I can say that they should have done better. They should have done differently. They both deserve this win a lot. It's just that Force barely managed to pull out ahead and win it. Was it a championship match or was it just a general? It was just a general match against each other. Yeah. You guys got any more comments on this one?
No, I don't have any to add.
I would also say you summed it up perfectly.
Yeah, really good one. Okay, we got 2 more games. Although before I put on the next one, I think I'm quickly going to the toilet.
Okay.
You guys entertain our chat for a moment.
Yes. Could you maybe put it on the screen so we just talk about the spawns?
Yes. I'll put on this one. Open it up. Yes.
Okay. So.
Okay. So
wow,
this is
quite a different map this time.
This is a bigger map.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
You're free to go. All right.
So what would you say about the spawns?
I would like to introduce the 2 players first, right? I think it's kind of respectful if we showcase people's matches here and talk all kinds of trash about them. We should at least credit them for it. So the 2 players for this game are Coca2387 and Lorenzo09.
Yeah.
Again, an OUMAJI mirror match. And all right, different map type this time. I'm not entirely sure which one it is, which is kind of embarrassing. I should know.
I think it's continents.
Looks like it, right? With the river in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's continents.
Okay.
Small continents.
So, right from the start, I think this is going to be a longer match than the last ones we've seen, just because of how far out the players are. They're also on completely separated islands. Island-wise, I think it's the spawns are quite fair. Both players have 4 villages that they will probably capture pretty easily. I would say Pink has a slight advantage right at the start because of their corner spawn and the free population they got. But they didn't get a cactus for it, so basically Pink got to save 2 stars right from the beginning. Shouldn't make too much of a difference, but it's surely nice to have. What would you say?
I think this looks like quite an interesting map with how you have this ocean on one side and then a small river on the other end. So it's like it's a bit of a mix between a river map and a sea map. So I think it will be interesting to see how they develop into that.
But don't you think that this is like a bugged map? Because I don't think that it should be possible that the Pink spawns in the corner.
Yeah, this thing here, that is actually a bug that's been going on for a while. I don't know how long we've had this bug, but yeah, capitals are not supposed to spawn in the corner. These days,
was reported in April or March this year with the last year.
No. We had this one a while back, and it got fixed, and quite recently it came back.
Okay.
So a mysterious bug.
Yeah. So it came back. The devs know about it. They will probably fix it because it's not supposed to spawn this. Like, it takes away your resources, gives you the extra population at the start. I don't think they want this in the game. So.
But anyways, in this case, it's a bit fair because the Pink doesn't have the second fruit, so otherwise they wouldn't be able to upgrade their capital.
All right, let's go. Go with shared fog for the start. Yeah, so we finds a village, finds a lighthouse. and they go out to explore. You see here, they immediately, let's go back a little bit. Yellow. Oh no, okay. Yeah, right. Pink immediately goes for organization because they have the lighthouse house here, so they can actually upgrade a turn or 2 turns sooner than yellow can. Meanwhile, yellow has 2 riders that are going out to explore together. I think this rider here, it only took 1 step. That might actually have been a small misplay because I think he wanted it to move all the way over here.
Yeah, I also considered that one a misclick.
So yeah.
One thing like I will have a look out for this game is how both players manage their economy, because I personally always struggle to get a proper economy going with OUMAJI, and pink OUMAJI going for organization here is so early instead of training a second unit to explore. Quite a bold choice, in my opinion, but definitely an interesting one, and I'll keep my eye on how that goes for the next couple of moves.
I wouldn't recommend it on any OUMAJI start, except like right here, where you actually get a free population. Then going for the early economy sounds quite good and quite reasonable, because you're only delaying your second unit by 1 turn, and you get by 1 turn? No, okay, by 2 turns. So okay, he's a bit slower, but he gets a lot of stars in return for it. Let's see. Oh! See here, the pink one just moved off of the village. I think that both sides have been doing some misclicks at the start here.
Yeah.
Because
that shouldn't have happened.
That's too bad, really. Very early explorer. And the explorer goes towards the corner. No. In the end, it does actually end up revealing quite a lot of lands. But yeah, the explorer, this early on the continents map, I'm not the biggest fan of them, although they can be good. So in the end, he did reveal quite a lot, but as you see at the start, it just got stuck on the deep water, which is not what you want. Right.
Now, yellow OUMAJI upgrades his capital with the help of the lighthouse, which he went to discover. And I'd say, exploration-wise, pink OUMAJI is quite a step behind. First of all, because he only trained 1 unit to start with, and second of all, because it's misclick, which basically costs him 2 turns.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes.
He's also behind in economy at the moment. Oh no, it's not going to be anymore after he captures this village. So he was behind a little bit in economy. Goes for a workshop, so no explorers on this side. Just goes straight for the money. Ooh, a population ruin. So this is where I really like early population ruins, because as you see, it upgrades the capital. The capital gets 5 stars, and furthermore, he wants his capital to get big, but he doesn't have the right tech to do it immediately. So because he found this population ruin, he not only gets the upgrade, he also gets it without needing a tech for it. So that's a really nice boost early on. Let's see. Oh, yellow is already going to the water. That's really early, especially in an OUMAJI game, but let's see how it plays out. He does have some good economy, 8 stars per turn.
If you guys remember the map from the beginning, I think yellow OUMAJI won't be very happy with what he finds on the water. I mean, there's one village, but chances are it'll take him a while to find it. And both players have probably noticed at this point that there is a river separating the entire map, I think.
I don't actually think yellow knows it. Wait, yeah, of course.
He sees shorelines. So
definitely no, but knows. Yellow here has no clue at all. Yellow just
pink, yes. Yeah, so pink probably thinks it will be like a water-based map, so he has to dominate on this lake.
Yeah, and actually we can see here that yellow still hasn't bought organization. Normally, Imperious players go for organization really early on, Yellow here has decided not to do that because he wanted to get to the water so soon, which on a continent's map makes sense. And here we have it. And we get another exploration.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is actually going to cross the river and reveal Pink OUMAJI. So now Yellow really knows how the game is going to look. They can start preparing for a fight. Meanwhile, Pink is just blissfully staying to himself, doesn't know anything about what's happening in the rest of the world, and is...
I mean, of course, he's probably supposing what's happening right now because he has basically discovered half of the map and is probably aware that Yellow might be lurking in the shadows somewhere and step out of the fog in a couple of next turns, because that's basically always how it goes, I think. But yeah, Yellow OUMAJI definitely has an advantage here with how much he sees, and I think there is also basically no way that Pink is going to take away naval superiority from Yellow if Yellow decides to go full out on oceans and battleships and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because at the moment Pink still doesn't have fishing. Yellow has 2 rafts in the water, has 2 different ports, so Yellow definitely is ahead on the water. So, yeah, Yellow goes for a ruin, goes for 2 villages, so Yellow has 2 more nice turns lined up. Go for a population, and that means we're almost going for a giant. Still, Yellow only has 11 stars per turn. Meanwhile, Pink is sitting here at 14 stars per turn. They're going for more ruins, for another city upgrade. Pink is really another upgrade, so Pink is really investing in their economy and really trying to get big soon. Meanwhile, Yellow... Oh, I think Yellow is actually going to get their first giant here. Yes, they are. So Pink is ahead in economy, but Yellow gets a giant out first. And of course, another explorer. I don't think Yellow has taken a single workshop so far.
Oh, and now Yellow knows that there is some land on the bottom middle of the map, because that explorer discovered the land bridge and it revealed the shoreline of what will turn out to be another village.
Yeah, exactly. This one here. Nice call. Okay, so Pink decides, I don't have enough economy, I'm going for more economy. Goes straight for organization right before capturing the village. Yellow goes for another explorer.
Damn.
So we really have those two opposite philosophies clashing with each other again. Clashing against each other in this one. And the economy is actually quite similar because Yellow did get their big city. Pink finally got fishing and got their second explorer. The other one just didn't reveal too much. They do find the lighthouse. But
the explorer doesn't really reveal much of Yellow's cities, right?
No, it just tells them...
That's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, Pink still doesn't know that Yellow is building navy.
He knows where they are, but yeah, he can't really tell their plans from what he's seeing at the moment. That is a really, really big what's called again, windmill here.
Yeah.
I think we're going... Are we getting a second giant here? No, not yet. Still, let's take a look again at the economy here. 20 stars per turn. So
there was a sneaky
and
raft.
We have a city snipe.
Yeah.
Well, it was briefly visible at least. Happening in turn 11.
Oh yeah, right.
This must look super funny from Pink OUMAJI's perspective. Unfortunately, we can't see it because of the way replay mode works, I think. But those are the moments in Polytopia where you just slam your desk.
Actually, I think we can do it. Let me quickly change it. All right. So now we have Pink OUMAJI's view. They're sitting here.
Got you. That hurts. That really hurts. Thanks for showing this.
All right, so let's go back to seeing what yellow does. So they slide in the rafts. They find trade in the ruin here. The trade's really useful tech. You get a lot of stars. The only thing is, to use trades, you actually need to have sawmills, windmills, or forges. So they don't really have any use for the tech at the moment. It might be useful in the future, but well, they first need to develop their economy. But they're going on the water, exploring with scouts, and just general claiming the seas for themselves.
Which is a questionable tactic after all, I think, because if you look at the way the map is structured, I think a lot of the combat is going to be taking place across this river in the upper middle part, and Pink probably has enough presence in the lower parts to be able to keep Yellow's navy away from getting involved there too heavily. So Yellow investing into navy might actually turn out bad for them in the long run.
Yeah, I'm also wondering about that, because like here you can see this here is a potential bridge, this is a potential bridge, this is a potential bridge. So Pink has a lot of ways to start roading their riders in here and actually make this a land battle instead of a sea battle. The one thing about this river is that there's no real safe port spots. So every single tile here where Pink would be able to build up a navy, Yellow could just smack it with their riders. So it is definitely a very interesting shape here, because it will stop all the ships both being made here and coming from the outside. But I'm not sure in whose advantage this one will be. All right, resources. Found strategy in a ruin. Of course.
And we're going for more economy.
We want to be big.
I'm really glad I said that in the beginning, that I wanted to be on the lookout for how players manage their economy, because I think right here we can see quite nicely how different playstyles turn out, with Pink going super heavy on their economy and Yellow pumping out units like crazy.
And if you look at the economy, 24 stars per turn, 18, that's a big difference. So economy-wise, Pink is way ahead. But Pink does not have any control of the water. Meanwhile, Yellow, this is not shared vision, this is actually all Yellow's vision. They pretty much see the entire map. And there's a giant coming in. Still, let's see where it leads us. More economy.
Yeah, so in this case, Pink can quite easily. Oh no, they can't road the giant because they don't have the vision. That's a problem. Because I thought that they might build a bridge and then road the giant to the other side. But they don't have the vision.
They could put the giant on the bridge, just not road it across.
Yeah, but then it's it takes 2 turns. So Yellow has the time to react.
That's true.
It's always the surprise factor that counts.
And of course, why make bridges when you can build a bigger city?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think this is the moment where we can see how effective Yellow's strategy was to pick one explorer after another, because Yellow basically knows everything about Pink's position and his units and can plan their attacks and where to strike them, just as with the giant here, which for Pink arrived completely out of the blue. And just because Pink has no vision and has no way to gain vision on the water, which is where a lot of Yellow's units are. So maybe Yellow might win this by surprise attacking Pink from the water, from the left, where he might not expect it.
Yeah, let's see how it goes, because Yellow is now also getting the city advantage. They have one more city than Pink, and there's no more cities left. So this yellow can actually start building up a decent economy. And I think we're even going to see a second giant here. No, not yet. He doesn't have stars yet.
Yeah, but pink definitely has to get on water. Those, get juggernauts.
Or they have to push towards the center, but he has to do something.
Well, the one thing he does, as you said before, yellow got trade, which gives him markets, but sadly he doesn't have anywhere to put them. Pink does have markets, and pink really likes does have windmills and really likes economy, so pink goes for markets.
Okay. Whoa, nice.
And oh boy.
Really big. This single building here will give him 8 stars per turn, so really big one. Still, it did cost him his entire turn, and at the moment he isn't really pushing or using his economy. Meanwhile, yellow is amassing an army. And another giant here. So 3 giants at the moment for yellow. Let's before they actually start fighting, let's take a look at the map. So what do you guys think?
Maradon?
Well, I would say there's definitely been a lot of build-up to this point in time. Both players have been massively preparing, and there's a lot of unused potential, I would say, or cramped energy waiting to be released from all those units which yellow has waiting on the shoreline. And pink has built up this massive economy, which they can hopefully use to their advantage at some point. So far, they haven't really done that. And for me personally, I can't really say if pink's giants will withstand the pressure and whether pink can buy himself enough time so that his economy advantage will kick in. But right now, to me, it just looks like pink is going to get overrun eventually with all those rafts waiting to be upgraded to rammers or scouts. And yeah, I think there is quite the battle at the horizon. But let's see how it goes, I would say. What about you?
Yeah, I also think that at this point it will become quite difficult for pink to get over the naval advantage that yellow has. I think pink's biggest chance now is to use bridges and to go from this side, try to make it a land battle rather than a sea battle. Because in the sea battle, they probably won't be able to get too much presence anymore.
Yeah.
So let's see what they do.
Yeah, I see only knights as an option for pink, or maybe catapults in the back.
Or just more economy. I mean, that also works.
Yes, eco always wins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but he utilizes it for a nice giant push.
Yeah. So that's an interesting one here, because he pushes the giant moves in this direction, and he can get a hit in on the other one before it can actually do anything. So yeah, the giant that landed here, probably not having the best day.
Yeah,
and
but
wow,
those giants so close to each other, they will be obliterated by the bombers, I think.
Look at this difference here in economy. 43 stars against 26. So that's the power of markets right here. These buildings really start ticking. Let's see if it's enough. Yellow is also making some economy. And I think yellow still has 21 stars left on their turn. So I think yellow is planning something big for the next one.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Let's see, 43 stars. We're getting more economy. 51 stars per turn. But still not really any water offense. He does have double the stars of his opponent though. But here we see yellow. They just bought themselves navigation. So yeah, navigation, that means starfish, and that means bombers.
Yeah.
3 bombers immediately, with the giants coming in, a hit, and suddenly it's looking a bit worse for pink on this side. I think Pink is starting to realize that he might have made a mistake with waiting to get on the water. So yeah, Pink decides time to get on the water as well.
And he still goes for more economy. Or maybe he's not going for the economy and just waiting to upgrade his giant. Still, wow,
Yeah,
okay. This guy has nerves.
No, I think it's too late.
56 stars per turn. He does actually make more than double what his opponent makes at the moment.
Yeah, but
yeah,
he
his
has
opponent
nothing to.
has an army.
He has nothing to, push back against Yellow's army.
Yeah. Giants on the land against bombers. Not ideal.
Oh, finally,
I mean,
knights.
he's going for knights now, but I don't really see how those will be helping him. Especially as
he
he put
actually
a port in the only place where he could have put a bridge.
He screwed up
Not the only
this.
place. Yeah,
Yeah, but this other spot, he screwed up with putting a port there.
Yeah. I mean,
unless he destroys the port and puts it.
He can still burn it down. That's not a big deal, I think. Let me just quickly check my lighting settings because I think the screen just went a little bit darker. Give me a moment. Sorry about this one. All right. Ooh, it's better.
Yeah, but or maybe we are trashing him, and this could have been a good move to put this part because he got this necessary vision too.
Yeah, the vision was definitely important here.
Yeah, so even like 1 or 2 tiles of vision was crucial to do anything. Yeah.
So yeah, we get more bombers. Bombers really shelling the giants, and the giants not really having much of an answer to it. Oh, here the first knight comes across, starts killing the ships. So we might be getting our land battle that we were talking about. And let's see what's happening here. Another. Ooh, that one might not have actually been intended. Because if you look here, the knight's now in the water and it's not going to be able to make a change. So I think that might have been a small error.
Yeah, push order is very important.
To see the land battle developing here. Other giant almost dead, and yeah, he's killed.
Still, I think Pink is just playing way too defensively. Or, I mean, better said, now he's playing offense, but I think he should have started doing that 5 turns ago or 4 turns ago. Start pressuring his opponent more. Because currently, Pink is sitting on a huge pile of stuff and has nothing to protect it, basically.
Yeah, he is starting to push forward a little bit, trying to get vision from the mountains. And he finally sees the first bombers, actually. He didn't have vision on them before. So he's trying to do something here. Gets another super unit, but this time it's for a push. So that's really important. And as you can see here, 3 knights, that is a lot of pressure. So he is really preparing to go all in over this from this direction here.
And he gets cloaks, but I would say this is not the right play.
Yeah, very questionable decision in my opinion, because what he needs right now is strength on land.
Yeah, the cloaks will take a long time to get there. No, he might be trying to get the cloaks there with the idea of the cloaks being invisible, not being targetable by the bombers. Actually, I think this one, and this is the most important play of the entire game. If you look here how Yellow ended their turn, they ended their turn with 23 stars. So that's quite a lot. And we see here that Pink is building up this massive army of knights. So the knights will start coming in. And if you look at knights here, they can reach the bombers. They can start to take down army to start taking up the pressure. If the bombers go down, he can start making some ships over here. He has his giants protecting. So the knights here might actually be able to turn the tides.
No,
However,
I would build trees, and then the knights are useless.
Right?
I would grow trees. I see like it's quite easy to block the knights.
Well, and that is exactly what yellow does. So yellow, with the stars he saved from last turn, now yellow has 53 stars. He buys hunting, archery, and spiritualism, and he builds a single tree over here. He spent 53 stars. All of that on building a single tree. He doesn't have a single star left. But that single tree over here means that purple's knights can no longer cross over. That single tree here, the 53 stars he spent, means that these knights are now basically useless. They can't do anything against the bombers anymore. So really, really good play by yellow. Really well thought out. He planned this ahead of time. Like he was saving his resources from the previous turn. And so this play is really
crazy.
The most important thing that happened in this entire game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What an exciting
this
decision.
was
what a
on
creative way to utilize the terrain.
Yeah,
this was on the request of one of the viewers. So yeah, this to turn 20 was really crucial. Yeah.
So yeah, we see here Pink is still trying
let's
to
keep a few turns and see, because it took us a long time to get to turn 20. I thought there was more action in between.
Right, let's move on ahead. So yeah, we see here Pink has control over the city. It's trying to attack the city here, but with so many ships in the water, it's not gonna stick. Meanwhile, yellow is actually managing to take over the city here in the south. The riders are not able, the knights are not able to do anything here, and the lone giant here, well, is just standing there. The single other port spots, the last natural bridge spots over here on Starfish. He could try to think about it, but there's a giant standing on it. So yellow already saw, hey, I'm gonna put a giant here. I'm not gonna be surprised by that, and is basically blocking it off. Another tries again for a giant siege, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. The bombers are just too strong, and I think from here on, the game is pretty much over. We see Pink trying to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, he attacks with a cloak, but it's...
Yeah, let me just turn off the fog. So yeah, the bombers are too important. Though
at this point, the game is basically over, right? I mean, yeah, Pink is fighting back a little, but they've lost their economy advantage mostly, and are just getting crushed right now. All they have on the field is just couple catapults and couple cloaks.
Yeah. Pink tries one last gambit. They have a cloak over here. And if we skip ahead a few turns, we see the cloak in the back. The cloak moves forward and actually gets all the way to Yellow's capital.
Jesus. How did he manage that?
Sadly for Pink, Yellow still has units around, and I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. If Yellow would have gone all in on the offense and hadn't made any knights, this might have actually won him the game, but well, Pink knew it was
not like this.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's yeah, so this
game
play
actually
with
plays out, right? No one resigns here, right? Pink just gets destroyed eventually.
Yeah, Pink gets destroyed, and Pink, I think Pink basically disbands their entire army, and just says like, "Hey, come on, take it."
Yeah. Okay. Man, what a tragedy! I was really rooting for Pink on this one. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, economy is strong, but economy won't win you the game if the opponent has a fleet of bombers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they waited too long for that. And building, like you said, building too much economy is not a good idea.
Economy is important, but you have to actually use it.
So let's jump to the last game, because Maradon has a limited time.
Right.
So we would like to see the last game together.
the last game is one with two really, really good players as well. Let's stop it right here. The last game has Arthur and Bali. Actually, I don't know.
No, it's a different letter. I
think
did
it's
not.
Caly.
It's like you, but it's from some language that I don't know. So
it's like Cyrillic, right?
Yeah. Or maybe it's Cyrillic. Yeah, I don't know. It's like you. It looks like you, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's say, yeah.
So well, Teal, is it Teal? Teal Cyan. Let's say Teal. Teal OUMAJI, I don't actually know them, but I know Arthur. Arthur is a really, really good player. And as we will see in this match, Teal is able to put up a very strong fight against Arthur, so they are also a really good player. Even though I don't know them personally, these are two top contenders.
Yeah, and we have a Drylands map.
At the map here, how does it look? We have quite a lot of villages, actually. These are more than
pretty even.
Yeah, I would say it looks like a pretty even start. Let's turn on the fog, make it shared, and let's go.
And we have entered the OUMAJI heaven on Drylands.
I think we're going to go a bit quickly to the early stages.
Find the desert.
Making contacts. Alright.
Yeah,
He actually moves his rider back here, just to have them together, to allow them to leap over each other to explore more quickly, rather than having the rider in the front where it might get killed by opponents. So he's clearly going for expansion and not for early combat.
Is there a village down there in the center?
Here you mean?
Probably, right? Yeah.
Yes,
there
there's
is.
Three villages in the center.
Yeah.
Wow, really crammed map in comparison to the last ones.
Getting an explorer. Oh, he gets really, really nice vision of the center.
Yeah, so I'd say that there's a first kind of mistake that they went for this western village, not the center.
Arthur did give up a lot of control in the center. And I think we have enough vision to turn off the shared fog. Teal still hasn't met yellow OUMAJI at the moment.
Yeah. But it's probably going to be a question of the time. Until, oh, he doesn't discover them yet, but now he knows his opponent is in the center on the left side.
Yeah.
And he probably will go try and discover them now.
This is also a really nice explorer. There's only one way it can go, straight into the center of where his opponent is. And he discovers the capital. And actually, goes all the way to the lighthouse. That's a good one. And I think we see another explorer, So he moves his rider back, just to clear the fog in the back, so that the explorer can only go forwards.
Yeah, but he missed this village. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well,
just a single tile covered in fog.
Okay, at this point, sure where he is.
It's gonna be where it is.
But yeah, both players have, well, especially Teal. Teal has really good vision at the moment. He knows a lot of undiscovered villages. He knows where his opponent is. He's feeling quite good. Yellow starting to amass some units.
Lots of slapping units into each other. I mean, okay, what are you to expect from OUMAJI 1v1 on Drylands? But still, in comparison of the beautiful strategies we saw in the last games, this is kind of a letdown right now.
Yeah, but there are some warriors already, so we have variety of units already.
And we're getting a lot of units here in the middle. Just look at the number of units that Teal is amassing. Teal is behind in stars at the moment, 11 stars per turn with 4 villages. Meanwhile, Yellow has 14 stars per turn with their 4 villages. So at the moment, yellow is ahead economy-wise. And yellow also gets their first giant on turn 8. Quite good as OUMAJI. Going for a monument. And if you look here, the city, I think, is ready to make another giant soon as well. Swordsman all the way in the back. Slightly
not so lucky.
And look, he still only has riding and organization. So Teal really went all in on units, on exploration, and isn't really too concerned with economy, which, I mean, I guess is quite a common strategy for OUMAJI players. Oh, he's moving in his units.
Sieging.
And I think the siege here looks like the main purpose of the siege is actually to make sure that yellow has to focus their units on the siege, so that yellow doesn't come in and try to stop the village capture. Let's see if it works.
Here they go.
Yeah, yellow decides, okay, take the village. There's too many units there. I can't do anything against that.
Oh man, having a knight down there would just be amazing.
No, they border growth. They did border growth to cripple this village.
So we stole basically five population from the village. Yeah. That's a really good one as well. I mean, border growth like this in the center of the map with OUMAJI, that will just take away so many road options for Teal. So this border growth, a really, really, really strong play.
Yeah.
I would be so pissed if someone did that to me, honestly.
Teals as well.
Let's just try to deal playing competitively, because it's just so much. People are being so mean to each other. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, calm down, dude.
Yeah, be more
friendly. An amazing play. Gotta admit that.
And both sides have so many units at the moment.
Yeah.
All sitting ready. But neither of them is really committing. Neither is going forward because they know, well, against riders with roads, if their units can attack and retreat back out of range, you're just advancing for nothing. You're just giving up 3 kills. So they're kind of it looks like they're both waiting to see, what can I do? What are my options?
Yeah, but Teal has to, kind of speed up their
economy,
growth, because otherwise, the yellow already has 2 giants. So
yeah, but take a look at this. Teal does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 villages. And how many stars per turn are they ending with? They got their first giant as well. So they end with 7 villages and 18 stars per turn. Meanwhile, yellow here, only 5 villages, but they do still have 19 stars per turn. So yellow is still ahead in economy, even though Teal has so many more villages. Still, well, Teal's villages will keep growing, right? So eventually that will become a problem. Another explorer, really nice one. Getting all the vision over here. Will it get the lighthouse?
Nope.
No, it won't. Some more trades. Veteran swordsman going down is nothing against the might of the OUMAJI Hamu.
So Teal actually has the explorer's monument, right?
Yes, Teal does. Yeah, that's true. They got all 4 corners.
Yeah.
Real nice one. Still at 14 stars per turn.
I personally really like the addition of lighthouses to the game, because the Explorer Monument was basically unachievable before that, and now this can actually happen, and going for explorers to get another monument can be a viable strategy in some.
Yep.
This.
Good point.
Yeah, I also love how they give like these mini objectives to the game. So the riders are starting to push in. I think, is he going for a siege? Yeah, siege with a veteran rider.
I mean, it's
probably not going to stick. But I mean, I think if you look at it over here, yellow is just putting on so much pressure. Like there's a giant next to the middle city, giant next to this city. There's a veteran swordsman of this city that he has to deal with. So I think he's basically trying to take away attention towards the city here in the southwest to make sure that the other 2 cities are open and that he can steal one of those. And he goes for economy. With 21 stars per turn, against only 15 stars per turn for the opponent because there's one under siege. So yellow is actually quite ahead on the economy. Army-wise, teal does look slightly ahead though.
But they have only 1 giant, so
they do have only 1 giant. Just look at all those units.
Yeah.
As you said before, a knight here would have so much fun.
Yeah. I wonder why they aren't going for knights right now. I would probably research Free Spirit right now.
Well, the thing is, a knight
33
costs
stars. Yeah.
33 stars.
Quite expensive.
The first knight will cost about 8 stars on top of that.
Yeah.
So that means 41 stars before they have a knight. So that would mean that yellow would have to give up 2 full turns of unit production just for a single knight. And
yeah, I'm not saying they should get it like right now, but I would start preparing for knights because also the opponent isn't expecting it. And maybe I drain my unit supply a bit, but I'll get a lot in return.
If you look at teal's vision, I think teal can kind of expect all the units yellow will
you can't surprise them. So obviously, you know, it would have been
that's a valid point. I forgot looking at shared fog right now.
It would have been hard to space out the units, but no surprise.
With the number of units here, if you spend 2 full turns not making anything, you will just get completely overrun. So I think both players are actually thinking about getting knights. It's just really not achievable at this point in the game. So we'll see where they are going. Yellow did not siege the city here, probably because he saw how many units there were here, and with this many units, it takes 10 warriors to kill a giant. This here is enough to kill a giant, so he probably thought, nope, let's not do this, let's not give up my giants, and instead he's putting more pressure towards the south, trying to zone out all the units in the northeast, getting more resources. Yeah, just putting on the pressure, but not committing anything.
Another giant. Yeah, I think he's hoping to. Yellow. He's hoping to. He was hoping because this rider died to get this lighthouse in the south.
So teal finally actually starts growing their economy as well. With so many cities to grow, they do have quite a lot of potential. So let's look at their stars per turn at the end of this turn and see where they actually get. They start attacking the giant. It's just 1 unit after the other is dying. But as I said, 10 units, 10 warriors or riders can kill a giant. And teal has more than enough units to get that done. So the giant that was sitting here just gets completely obliterated by all the units. And well, teal doesn't really care because teal has so many spare units left.
Wow.
And
brutal.
Yeah,
brutal.
Yellow doesn't really have is not really in a position to capitalize on it. They don't have units around here to push in and take advantage. So a really nice play by teal here. Just seeing the giant as being weak, as being alone, and pouncing on it. In the meantime, teal has 26 stars per turn. Yellow only 24, so teal is actually pulling ahead in the economy game.
Yeah, and they are going on the offensive in the north, so they are doing a little bit of a push with the swordsmen.
And more super units in the front. I think, was it 26 as well? Yeah.
Yep.
So both sides have equal economy at the moment. But teals are going for more, of course.
Yeah, I think at some point knights will be necessary in this game, because otherwise I don't see any side making a real push, because you have to get rid of many units at the same time.
Look here, yellow does still have actually the number of giants is equal. Yellow is really using their giants to hold back the army. With the way these giants are spaced, 2 spaces in between, units can't pass through this. So they're basically protecting the entire backline. Just 2 of them. Arthur's going for more giants, more population growth. Now that he has his windmills, he's going to use them, and he's going to try to build up a big army that Teal can't just keep throwing units at. Let's here again. Just keep throwing units into it, and the giant is going down. That's also the thing, right? If all those units are sitting here in the back line and they don't have any valid targets, there's not much point in keeping them around without doing anything. Better to use them to take down the giants, because what else are they gonna do?
Yep.
The riders in the back, they are safe.
And another giant in the right.
Yeah, he decides to push back again. So, with how far we are at the moment, what do you guys think about this game?
It's a bit of like a back and forth, but the sides are on their places, and I don't see any way for any of them to make a real push. Like I said, it has to be knights probably to some unit that is really threatening and might change the balance.
Yeah, I'm personally also not a huge fan of this game. It's, in my opinion, it's super chaotic and a lot of just brute force units slapping into each other. I find it interesting how the giants control the game dynamic right here, and there is some sort of positional gameplay to this, I think, which I don't understand really. But I think this game is going to be turned around by some unit, probably knights, in the near future, and I can't yet tell which side is going to be the one ending up on top.
Yeah, me neither. This game could go either way, and both players are really putting in a lot of effort and just keeping the units safe, making sure they don't give any grounds. Nobody's overextending. But yellow here, at this point, decides, okay, I'm actually behind in economy. I have 5 cities. My opponent has 7 cities. So yellow decides to do something about it. Yellow goes for markets. So because they are in a relatively safe position here, well, as opposed to the player in the last game, here yellow does actually have a big army to back it up. And so yellow made sure they were in a position where they are safe enough to be able to afford to invest in economy. And so yeah, with these 2 markets here, both really 2 really big ones as well. I think this one is a 4 stars market. This one is a 7 stars market. So together, these 2 buildings give 11 stars. That's a quite big jump in income, and I think he can build some more markets as well in the future.
And so in comparison to the last game, where the pink player was just pushing his economy way too far, I think here the markets actually are what saves the day for yellow OUMAJI, at least for now.
Yeah, here they make sense.
He has this city disadvantage for which he has to compare. Come up with something.
We see just even more units smacking into giants. Yeah. Poor yellow giants are getting a beat.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's really what you had to expect from such a game, right?
Yeah, but I'm surprised that yellow doesn't do that much.
I think part of it is just that teal has more units. Yellow can only make 5 units a turn. Teal can make 7 units a turn. So it's easier for teal to build an army of cheap units that they can throw away.
Sure.
interesting here. Another, yeah, he's going for a late game
border
population
growth. Mm-hmm.
with border growth. Yes, yeah. Even though he's keeping up his units, in the meantime he is also building markets. So he's going for the long run.
Yeah, but this
And now he's
northern.
actually up in economy, which is quite notable, where judging by the fact he's down 2 cities.
Yeah, his economy is really, really big at the moment. But Teal is starting to push. Like, Teal notices that Yellow got a little bit slower in his unit production, and Teal is trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah, this center and northern parts, they look quite vulnerable at the moment.
Yeah, and Yellow also has a lot of low HP units around in the back, which can't really do much, but take up a lot of space in the cities. I don't know if you'll just heal that. Yeah, okay, he heals all of them right now.
That's so much pressure on here. Starting to get to the back line, just trying to be annoying, trying to block things. So even though Teal is quite behind in stars, they make up for it just by spamming units. So many units that Yellow has to deal with. And as you can see here, he just keeps throwing in his units, but it's not enough to take down the giants because he just doesn't have anything else, any more units he can throw in there. He does go for more economy. Well, that's the thing, right? At the moment, with his markets, he has so much economy that he can actually afford to build units in all cities without problems, while also going for more techs, while also improving, going for more giants, going for border growths.
Techs are spectacularly cheap for Yellow OUMAJI right now. Due to the fact he only has 5 cities, but manages to get up a staggering 46 economy from that. He's able to research at least 3 tier 2 techs in one turn and still train some units, which is something to keep our eye on, I think, for the next couple turns.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be Yellow's only real. Oh, actually, see Teal here.
But Green grabs knights first.
Green had from previous turn he had saved 21 stars. Brings them into the next turn. And yeah, he goes all in and makes a single knight and a warrior on this turn. Yeah, Teal really decided to commit. But Yellow doesn't have any knights yet to punish him. So Teal can still keep putting on the pressure. With the giants over here in the middle as well. A siege for now.
That's interesting. Could you go back a bit?
Yeah, of course.
To Teal's turn.
To Teal's
turn. 19. Yeah.
Yeah,
and play.
Here or...
Yeah, and could you play it? Yeah, that's interesting that he did not siege this northern city because he had what?
Teal does not have climbing.
And he doesn't have climbing. Okay.
And Teal went all in on buying.
The knights. Yeah, I did not pay attention. I thought he had climbing already.
Don't worry, I ran into the same. I got the same impression the first time I watched this thing. Like, wait, why is he not doing that?
Yeah. Still, now I'm wondering why didn't Yellow use the stars he had in this turn to invest into knights? I mean, he sees the barrage of enemy units that is coming, and they're mostly low-cost units. So I think, there's a continuous knight chain through most of IMO Color's units. But he couldn't spread them out enough, I think, to disable that entirely. So I think just training a knight, maybe even the city in the back left, would have been enough this turn to end the offense, right?
Over here? I'm not entirely sure, because a knight here would not have allowed him to stop the attack on the city here, I think. Actually, I'm not sure Swordman will either.
Well, at least it's a huge threat to the entire amount of units stationed in the south and the middle. So
yeah, because
I mean,
at this
they
point,
probably had some reason for it.
Yeah.
At this
Might
point,
also just be
yellow is
much-
pretty much overwhelmed with those, you know, riders and warriors.
We don't know how much time they had at this point. Although I think they're probably playing fast enough. Well, let's see. It's indeed at this point getting knights would definitely have been a good choice. But I do think that I also really like yellow's play here. We'll see in the next turn. I'm not gonna say too much, but
Spoil.
yellow is setting up something big.
Okay.
By the way, look at the stars here. Yellow has 52 stars against Steel's 34.
And
It's a real big
he
difference.
went swordsman. Because he sees the knights.
So yeah, the giants here in the back, just getting clobbered. Using the knights as well on the attack. Keeps hitting them, starts hitting the other one. And it still just has so many units to burn. Feel like a broken record, but just keep sending them in. And so the 2 full health giants that were standing here behind the city with 1 knight and just riders and warriors, he brought them down to a single 13 health giants. So yeah, this one is going. This is a siege that is actually looking quite solid. At the moment, he starts making knights, riders, just general units. Now, at this point, and this is the thing that I really, really like about this game. This is definitely my favorite play. Let's first just play and look what happens. And then we can go back.
Could you switch to yellow?
It is yellow.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, he has the full vision.
They just have a lot of vision.
Yeah. Teal
So-
doesn't have the full vision. Yeah, right.
So, what just happened here?
Yeah, so he destroyed 1 farm and
Wow.
went mines and
managed to squeeze out the giant push at the last time. At the
what
very
was
last
some
moment.
monument or there wasn't any
I
monument.
don't think he actually used any monuments. However, if we're looking here at the cities, he does have.
Okay, so he
opportunity for a
destroyed
really good
windmill.
mine here. So yellow, he couldn't put the mine down here because there's his windmill in the way. So yellow first decides to research free spirit and chivalry. Chivalry allows him to destroy buildings. So yellow calculated this all out. Keep in mind, this is a live game. Yellow saw a city that needed 7 more population and decided, yeah, I can do this, no problem. So he researched all those texts, destroyed some of his population, so now he's even less population left. And then he starts disbanding units because he doesn't have enough stars to pull it off. So he starts disbanding units, disbands the 13 health giant, disbands some riders here in the back, and then starts building up his economy again. Gets
That's
a mine
so
there,
wild.
and then puts the windmill that used to be over here, puts it over here, and just barely gets right up to the point that he has enough economy to get a giant push done. So this
I wish
way-
we could see the time controls on these plays.
Yeah.
How much time they had left. Those would have been even more fascinating, I think. But wow, what a play! Thank you for pointing out and explaining that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the moment I saw this play in the replay, it's like, wow, this guy really just pulled this off. And so, well, he's still not in the best position, but just for this play, this was really worth it for me. Yeah, we're getting more knights here.
Yeah, I mean,
And more,
it was a great play, but let's be honest, the position isn't great for yellow right now at all.
Yeah. Well, still, he doesn't have not enough to actually get the siege off. And keep in mind, yellow now has chivalry. So yellow can actually start making knights with all their money.
Okay, so now could you switch to Teal's vision? So is there any city that he doesn't see?
No, both
not
see.
really.
Okay. Yeah.
the
Okay.
Both players
Yeah.
basically see the entire map.
Okay.
And what I'm getting here, yeah, so just knights all the way in the back.
Mhm.
And why not getting a bit more economy? But Teal will be. Looks like Teal is going to take down this giant. Takes down this giant, the defender here as well. I think he can still siege this thing, depending on what how Teal puts their units. That's gonna be a difficult one. Yeah, okay. So with riders, that's gonna be enough. So it takes down the giant.
But
Knights.
it's barely enough just to get the one giant that was sieging the city out of there.
Yeah, but still,
He doesn't
at the
even
moment,
bother killing the other one.
the pressure that Teal had built with all the giants there, that is pretty much gone. Of course, at the moment, Teal has a big army of knights, so the danger is still there. But the big pressure that was on there, he managed to barely survive that part.
Mhm.
Well, let's first see if he survives this last giant. And so Arthur, yellow, is using his economy to make even more giants. At the moment, to be honest, with 63 stars per turn, but only 5 cities to make units from, he's never going to be able to use the economy on just units. I mean, the most he can spend is 40 stars, which would give him 5 knights. So he always has at least 23 stars he has to spend on other things. So it's probably going to go into some economy or into into some techs or into things into economy to make giants to help him defend. So yeah, he has a lot of stars, but he might actually have too many stars that he can't really use anymore because he doesn't have enough cities to use them in. Yeah, knight attack here. Let's see. Ooh, going all the way into the back.
Wow. Okay, that's a tough one for yellow OUMAJI. And he even manages to siege the city. Oh wow. Things are crumbling.
So
oh my.
the giants all come in together. And let's see, can he actually unsiege this one? I don't think he can. So he destroys the entire thing. Makes another giant over here just because he has stars to spare anyway. So yeah. This deal is
that the game?
Actually, the game goes on for a bit longer. I think OUMAJI is still able. I think yellow is still able to claim the city back. But from here,
overall, the game just goes downhill, right? If you skip ahead a bit, we might see.
Yeah. Could we skip a few turns because it's?
Yeah. So the giant here stays live with 1 HP.
Jeez.
So really, really close. Yellow is able to get this city back.
But the center one is lost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
center
like
one is
it
lost.
pretty much. All right.
Yeah.
Wow, what a tragedy.
On their
Yeah.
okay, and there we go.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
what a game.
In my opinion, these were 2 really good players. They kept their pressure out so well.
Yeah, GG's.
And this was I don't think this actually was a Polysseum game. Is it possible?
I don't know. I get the games from from someone who chooses them, so I'm not picking them on my own. So yeah. So really great game. Yeah, it was back and forth. and I haven't seen such slaughters of giants with so many units being thrown at them.
Yeah, it just goes to show giants are not invincible. Far from it.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, any more words from you? Anything you would like to share?
Well, I would like to say that I think we had some amazing games today, and I know I've done a lot of videos and one live stream so far, but I've learned something new every single video I make and every single time I am live with you guys here. And what a couple of games. Wow. I want to say congrats to all the players, even those who lost. You put up a great fight. And yeah, thanks to you guys watching.
Wanny?
Yeah, it was an honor for me to be allowed to sit here and discuss the games. I had a lot of fun just looking through them, seeing what those amazing players are doing, like all the different strategies they're pulling out of their heads, the different plays, the attention to detail. It's really great to see what some people are making of this game. And yeah, I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys learned something or just had a joyful experience as well.
So thank you for being here. This month, September, we have Quetzali. So there's still an option to join the Polysseums. So feel free to do it, and and we'll see how your games went in October, in the beginning of October. So maybe then Wanny and MARADON will also join us. Okay.
All right.
So it was a great evening. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having us.
See you on the next one.
See you later.
Goodbye.